Previously on High Stakes Poker, Doyle got caught bluffing Jennifer.
Better save him.
Oh, dear. I don't really have that great of a king. Call.
It's a good call.
But punished Garrett later.
I'm all in.
I don't like it. Yeah.
Oh. It looked good for a minute.
What's that?
And in the biggest pot so far, Krish's bluff didn't get through.
I'm all in.
Okay, call. I'm ace king.
I got nothing.
Oh, wow. Wow, you've got balls, though.
That's it.
The money they're playing for is real. It's their own money. It's coming right out of their pocket.
I'm all in.
$300,000 in cash with a 4 high.
Now the pot is almost $550,000. And we're now looking at the biggest pot in the history of high stakes poker.
I'm all in. These ladies ain't ladies unless they're your ladies. Got their hands on a monster, and that's what it takes. If you got what it takes, you can play high stakes.
Welcome back inside our high stakes suite for more high stakes poker. AJ Benzer with Gabe Kaplan and nearly $2 million on the table. Just your average home game, right? The Godfather is back again, Doyle Brunson.
Showing a lot of different speeds.
We've seen a softer, gentler Tom Dwan this season.
I guess that's your way of saying he's playing tighter.
Kim Holtman has shown a willingness to gamble.
And a willingness to talk about it.
A look at the stack sizes before we get going, brought to you by Poker King. Holtman with over $350,000, but it's former Survivor contestant Garrett Adelstein with over $600,000 and ready to rumble.
Is this a show that you're on? Let's give it some spin.
Yep, this is my YouTube channel.
It looks like you.
That's my face.
Yeah, it's great. You did a good job.
Thank you. I didn't do it myself, but...
How many hours a week do you live stream, on average?
I think, so it's me and one more guy streaming.
Okay.
So we are streaming around 35 hours.
Oh, wow. A lot, yeah. I know you say it goes fast because you love it, but that's a lot.
But he starts a bit earlier than me, and then I usually come after 2 hours every day.
Got it. Yeah.
Then we try to have different events, so sometimes we only play slots, only table games.
Yeah.
Sometimes we go to land-based casino.
For sure, yeah.
Sometimes...
Doyle still has the need for speed, making it 4,500
we don't like.
with 8-6 of clubs.
What's the largest?
Doyle like him.
Don't put any trays out there, buddy.
USD.
Calls at 3,300.
Wheel game.
No trays, but 3 jacks for Dwan. And to complicate things, Doyle's got an 8.
Yeah.
And he bets 3,000.
Wheel of Fortune, but it's a live game. And with a 35 euro bet on, and it hit for 5,000 times the money. I think in total that round, people that were playing won 20 million almost.
Just calls.
Wow.
So it's fun with those games because everyone plays together.
Queen on the
The
turn.
viewers can stay behind us.
Dwan checks, continues, trapping.
They basically
How
go
can they
into the same game on their casino and just place a bet on what they want to bet.
Okay.
So there's very few sections you can bet on. There's
It's not like
Doyle
this,
bet
like
6,000.
I'm surprised he bet. That queen is a dangerous card.
a lot of people want
Could have made it
that, but
straight.
I don't know the
Dwan could have had a straight draw with a queen, made queens.
That's very responsible.
Really surprised Doyle bet.
Yeah, but they can behind or play the same games that we do when we play those game shows.
Dwan calls.
And they're very fun. Very tilted.
And a full house for Dwan.
It's basically like a
It's kind of the ignorant end of a full house. If Doyle had a queen, he'd have the best hand. But Doyle has nothing. He has no choice but to bet.
20,000.
He bets 20,000.
Dwan is going to sigh and call.
You were right.
I better leave you alone.
Leave You Alone has been announced. Doyle Brunson is officially leaving Tom Dwan alone.
Until the next hand.
things are going to take a lot for Doyle to get involved with Juan again.
So the company that makes those games, the wheel games, and most of the live products in Europe.
And Kim says, as long as there's some dead air here, let me talk about myself some more.
Including like MGM and so on.
And we have
What's it called?
Jennifer's going to do a cooking demonstration right after this show.
Evolution Gaming. So they went into the stock market at the
What's their market cap?
well, now they dropped a lot because of a lawsuit, but I think it's around 40 billion.
Well, there's definitely been an evolution in Doyle's game. He's calling 1,200 with Jack Deuce of Hearts.
Evolution?
Evolution Gaming.
Yeah, no, I
Now
know.
Chile 3-bets to 5,000 with her ace king.
I think I know that. These are the ones that do like live dealer.
Yeah. They do.
I guess that's the name of Kim's company, Evolution. He's partnering up
one
with
of them
Charles
they actually-
Darwin, and they're based in the Galapagos.
One employee.
And look who flopped two pair.
Who flopped two pair?
Big Papa.
Really well.
And he checks. Both Juan and Jennifer have
700 million.
inside straight draws
And that was not
for Broadway.
7 years ago.
Chile bet 7,000.
Oh my god.
Is it worth 7,000 to Juan to try and catch a king?
Swedish krona is about, not, like you get every 8 Swedish krona is about a
She's
dollar.
going to call, and I feel
Oh, okay. Still, Jesus, 25 billion.
that an early hominid species
What's the stock price right now?
in an evolutionary move is going to raise.
Oh, here we go.
102.
USD.
That's a. I don't know. I mean, that's a Swedish krona price, I think.
No, it should be over 1,000, I think, Swedish. Let me check.
Right.
I haven't checked my
Doyle.
portfolio this week.
Raises to 24,000.
Yeah, that was like a kind of string raise. He put in the money, and he didn't say raise till after the call was
So
in.
935 kronas.
They used to be so much smaller.
Nobody's going to call on him, and Doyle didn't mean to do it, but it was really not
Or something?
the way things are
So it
supposed to be done.
Almost looks like a crypto coin.
Schwan looks like
Oh, no, a
she's
year ago, they were the
considering
same price.
calling for 17,000 here to catch a king. The way Doyle has played this hand, she can't think that an ace or a queen would be good. So this is an interesting call.
10 on the turn.
That's the worst card in the deck. Oh, I guess the king is the worst card in the deck for Doyle, but that's the second worst card. And Doyle looks at the dealer and says, "Hey, Mohawk, what you doing?" Check, check.
7 on the river.
Schwan is thinking about something. She feels, I guess, that Doyle's check on the turn was sincere. She's betting 50,000.
Wow.
I would assume she feels Doyle might have ace king. She doesn't want to be beaten by ace king. She's representing a 10. Doyle might always. That was a brilliant play. Juan suspects something.
God, it feels like a ball.
That was the only card in the world that I wouldn't play. Well, I can't.
Which one?
Can't?
In.
Doyle flopped big, but ended up folding the winning hand. Rough turn of events for one of poker's legends. Schwan Lewis showed us she's more than capable of pulling off big bluffs. No surprise given how passionate she is about poker.
When I first started traveling for poker, I already was completely in love with the game, and I played completely beyond my means playing high-stakes tournaments. Within about a year of me even, touching any tournaments, I was playing 5Ks and 10K euros events in Europe. So I was definitely gambling a little beyond my means at that time.
Gabe, have you ever gambled beyond your means?
Working with you is gambling
All right.
beyond my means.
Time for a big
But we have fun.
We have a lot of fun.
Good enough. Make it. Is that 8? Is that a straddle?
Incidentally, it's not gambling if it's within your means.
Yes. Tilly raises to 2,500 with the 10-3 of hearts.
There used to be a name for 10-3, that hand.
Really?
Did you ever hear of it?
No, I never heard of it.
It was called Weinberg.
Why?
Because there was some guy in Weinberg somewhere that once played a 10-3 and won a lot of money, and
That's how it goes.
that's how it goes.
It's the Weinberg. I'm looking out for that. Adelstein 3 bets to 9,000 with a pair of 5s.
And Schwan is not sure what to do. It looks like she's debating whether to raise or not.
Now I can take my time.
She's got to give one of her time extension cards.
Ah, okay.
So she says, as long as I got to give the card, I might as well take a little more time.
She 4 bets to 28,000.
28,000.
Schwan is out. Miss Weinberg is out. And Garrett, the survivor. How did he do on Survivor?
And he calls 19,000.
Well, he's a survivor at the poker table.
6-7-9 on the flop.
Schwan does not like that flop. It's kind of uniform, and Garrett could have one of those pairs, 6, 7s, or 9s. She's very uncomfortable. Garrett's thinking, is she slow playing an overpair?
4 on the turn.
I'm interested to see if anyone bets on this street. Garrett is convincing himself that she has ace-king or ace-queen. And if she does have an overpair, he's going to open in straight draw now.
He bets 25,000.
I would think that she'd get away from it at this point. The only hand she could beat is ace-queen. Quick glance at Garrett.
10 seconds.
Call.
Call.
Wow,
How about that?
she ain't giving up.
Deuce on the river brings the 3rd club.
Schwan checks, hopes that Garrett has ace-queen, and will check. He checks, but he doesn't have ace-queen.
Garrett, you're no longer welcome at High Stakes Poker.
Noted.
Well, Jennifer, of course, is kidding around, but that was a 6-figure pot won by a pair of 5s. Garrett now up to 653 grand. Stack sizes brought to you by Poker King.
Did I miss anything when I was out? Was I began?
You missed nothing, nothing.
It's a quiet table. If Tilly wasn't here, it'd be an almost silent table.
That's when we're supposed to fill in with genuine pearls of wisdom.
Right, you're right. No ace or queen for Menon. Tilly bets 10,000.
Yep.
He's doing it again. He did this in the last show. He tried to push her out by going all in. I think Jennifer's going to call, but this time at least Krish has some wins.
It's like call and then be really in the red.
Jennifer says, didn't I see the show before?
Once or twice.
However many you want.
Twice is good.
Okay.
2 cards.
Oh,
So,
Doyle said, let's go. I ain't getting any younger.
Still best hand for Tilly.
No ace, no queen. First decision to Jennifer. Down to his last card.
Shoppity doppity. Can I take this back?
Yoppity doppity. It's a chop pot. That means someone gets the yoppity and someone gets the doppity. Jennifer took that very well.
It's like it never happened.
She's got a really good attitude at the poker table.
No harm, no foul.
Split the blinds.
A River Queen bails Krish out. Never a dull moment from the 8 seat.
Bigger putt.
You make it 16, I'll make it 32.
What would have been a bigger putt?
Nah, I might have folded if it was 8,000.
And it should be. We have some.
32. Triple straddle.
Triple straddle.
all right.
I don't mind if it goes 64, 12, something.
No, I don't either. Let's just
Yeah.
push it in, raise.
Biggest straddle we've had, 3,200.
Wait, does Antonius have the Weinberg?
I mean, we're hot.
Does it have to be suited to be Weinberg?
No, Weinberg is definitely better if it's not suited.
Red, in the red, what they say. In the red.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be Weinberg. It would be wouldn't be a terrible hand if it was suited.
Holtman raises to 9,000 with fours.
Wouldn't it be great if Weinberg won this hand? If Patrick calls, Weinberg makes a comeback. Nobody's used the term in 30 years, and
Wow. Big slick for Big Papa. And he 3-bets to 34,400.
There goes Weinberg.
34,400.
You guys can enjoy our donations.
Kim is not releasing immediately. You think he's going to call?
Yeah, with a pair, I think he would. And he does.
You're right. I don't think this is the best play in the world, but let's see if it works out for him.
Rainbow on the flop.
Nope, they both miss.
Doyle bets 50,000.
He lawn bowled 50,000.
Did.
I believe you, Doyle. I believe you. Want to show the bluff?
No, I'm gonna let you wander.
I'll let you wander.
Unless you want to pay 50 grand. Nah, Doyle would have showed him for like 10,000.
Yeah, I'll tell you for 10,000.
There's that form.
Are we on for the go or no?
No more debts.
I just take that, and I have 400 big blind.
He's an impossible guy to say no to, huh?
Dwan raises to 5,000 with ace king.
Yes, but men in the straddle has
So
aces.
not cutthroat when he requests stuff, huh?
So
Might as well throw it out there.
So what is this?
maybe
He calls here.
Call. Call.
Kim calls. He just lost that hand to Doyle.
3 players.
Jack 10-6, couple of diamonds.
Check.
Kim's got jacks.
Check.
Dwan's got the inside straight draw. He's the original raiser.
And he bets 12,000.
12.
I feel an all-in coming here.
What are the chances, huh?
What's that lead there? Molly.
Oh.
All in.
Menon goes all in for the 3rd time this season.
Here's the 12.
Well, this is the first time he's got the best hand.
Yeah.
26,600.
26 to 6.
It's going to cost Kim
That's
38.6 to call with top pair, and he's also got to be worried about getting re-raised by Tom Dwan.
Oh,
But he calls quickly, like, don't re-raise me, Tom. I got something.
Yeah.
And Tom basically has nothing. He doesn't want to get more money into the pot at this point. But it looks like he's going to call. Chris shows Patrick his hand. Patrick says, good luck.
It's the most action Patrick's had tonight.
Don't think Dwan's going to raise, but I could be wrong. It's possible he thinks that Chris might have nothing and that Kim has a pair and he wants to get Kim out. No, he just calls.
38,600.
Two of diamonds on the turn.
Diamonds are the girl's best friend.
Kim is kind of lost in this hand. Not sure what the right thing to do is. And that's and these players are playing for millions of dollars, and we give the players toothpicks to eat with. We do not provide utensils.
It's like an airplane.
We are a very cheap outfit over here.
10 seconds. Check.
King on the river.
Tom makes a pair of kings.
Check.
Kim checks. Tom's question now is, do I beat Kim? Can I tax him for a little more money? Could he possibly be slow playing a hand?
10 seconds. Check.
Take your flush.
Aces.
Oh, baby.
Wow.
Now it just shows you Doyle was observing the hand, and Doyle knew in that hand that aces were good.
Wow.
Wow.
Ah, nice hand. Nice hand, Chris.
He would not slow roll it.
Yeah.
Chris, huh? That turn comes, you're like, hand over.
I was like, damn it.
Maximum.
I even said, like, damn it.
Like you got like a triple up. Nice.
Chris needed a double up and came out with a triple up. Menon back in business with a $130,000 stack. Chris Menon gives action and gets action, perhaps a style he learned from watching poker on TV.
Wow, there's a ton of them, but the one that I specifically remember, and I actually went back and looked at again recently, was Patrick Antonius was playing Jennifer Tilly. She had a full house, but she checked back to him, and all he had was a pair. And I never understood why that happened, and it was one of those crazy what the hell moments. And I like that moment specifically because it shows you the complete difference between knowing what the cards are and when someone doesn't in the moment, and that stark contrast.
I'm sure Jennifer appreciates him bringing that hand up again.
Right. Once again, the straddle's on, and we've got aces for Brunson.
2,500.
Extraordinary. Two guys wake up with aces on the straddle.
Tilly raises to 2,500 with a pair of twos. Menon's in. Sixes.
10,800.
And Doyle, 3 bets to 10,800.
That bet's going to get some action.
Tilly calls.
Menon's probably going to go all in.
Help me with the table over there. Clean up. Anyone want chips from home?
Menon finally calls.
Alstein's in.
We got 4 players. It's always dangerous to be against 3 other players when you have aces. The more players, the more dangerous it is.
Right. 3, Queen, King.
Well, it worked out this time.
Doyle's going bowling. Oh, not quite. Just a little shoved.
Shuffleboarding. That $50,000 bet, I think, is going to get Chris out of this pot. I think. What do I know?
I call.
There we go.
Queen.
2 aces.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wow. Twice?
Sure.
And we see Doyle is 4-1 favorite. Exactly.
Queen for Menon.
Wow. Doyle's going to need an ace.
Nope.
No ace.
Half the pot to Menon.
Doyle gives a nice, respectful stare at the dealer.
Mercy.
Oh.
Wow.
No mercy.
Wow.
I think this classifies as elder abuse. The odds of that happening, it's 4-1 the first time, so it's probably like 17, 18 to 1.
2 brutal beats as one man's of him now. You run it twice to reduce variance, but losing twice wasn't part of Doyle's plan. Queen on the turn and run out 1, and then Jack on the river and run out 2. Yikes.
He's ready for this game.
yeah. Oh yeah, after the buyout.
He wasn't ready before.
Kings for Menon.
Fun action.
All in Menon.
That's right. That's his official name now.
And he straddled.
Dwan raises to 25 with 7-6 offsuit. Tilly calls with 9-4 clubs.
Might, yeah.
And Menon 3 bets to 8,000.
Play. Yeah. That he likes to drink and play. He
On calls.
Before, he had the sickest baccarat streak. Like, he ran, I think he won like 100.
There's a king for Menon.
A king, but an open-end straight draw for Tom.
He gambles a lot.
He bets 11,000.
That will get called. After a while.
Cool.
He calls 11,000.
Tom needs a 3 or an 8.
Oh, 4 for Menon.
It was a 4 for Menon because he has a full house. And Tom is drawing dead. I did not think that this check would work and induce Tom Dwan to bet.
Tom bets 22,000. Producers are telling me that Menon and Dwan are good friends. They play a lot together.
Well, them knowing each other and having played together before kind of explains a little bit. I guess Tom is seeing Chris check with nothing in the spot.
And Menon calls.
Just what he should do.
You won, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Tom makes a pair of 7s and the third heart on both. So maybe Tom was putting Chris on a flush draw. Check.
Chris bets 53 grand.
Dwan is thinking this is a dangerous bet. If he had nothing, he would have gone all in.
Worst river that could come through.
Oh, yeah.
Did you have?
Worst river.
Vote?
Yeah, kings?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm glad I wasn't in that hand. I had a 4.
Kings, she said.
Kings, pocket
Pocket
kings.
kings.
Would have been real interesting if a nothing card came off on the river.
Worst river that could
The tide has turned.
But you had a decent run lately.
You played it like perfect, probably. Probably didn't
Yep.
have anything. Guess you could have checked the river.
I'm straddling. I'm
I'll
straddling.
fold.
It's
I
auto.
guess, do you say I could
We're all straddling, right?
I guess I
haven't
could check the
my
river.
card.
I think he bet.
No. I was just thinking, like,
Yeah.
my comment might sound disingenuous. I was only thinking about the turn.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Disingenuous is not a word you generally hear around the poker table. It's kind of 3 syllables too many.
Dwan's raised to 2,500 with ace 6. Doyle call with 9-6. Suited.
Kim is in, and away we go.
6 and 2 7s. Interesting.
Well, 2 players with 6s.
Dwan bets 4,000.
Dar, remember, you said you were going to leave him alone.
Get a good spots with.
He bets 13,000.
That's a very disingenuous bet.
That's how it's. It just has to.
He thinks he sees something.
Yeah.
You have patience?
I'm trying to be patient. Times are tick-tock. Times are running out.
Dwan's got to be worried that Dahl could possibly have a 7.
He calls and
Both players are hoping the other guy has a flush draw.
Doyle's going to bet 25,000.
Doyle must be definitely putting Tom on a draw, and he gets him to fold the best hand.
For the first time in the history of high-stakes poker, Doyle Brunson bluffs Tom Dwan.
Only he didn't think it was a bluff. He thought he was protecting the best hand.
Welcome back to Aria Resort and Casino for more high-stakes poker.
The first hand she was a straddle, no?
Are you the new head of straddles?
We've done it for like 4 or 5 rounds.
So you've taken over Garrett's position as head of straddles?
What's that? Oh, yeah.
He's a new head of straddles.
He's way more difficult.
The head of straddles is a very prestigious position that has to be approved by the straddle board. It's a very involved procedure.
So you can't straddle your way into it?
No, he's too handsome. He
Very funny.
Big Papa gets the action going, raises the 25 with Jack 10 offsuit. Tilly's behind him with a King 9. Menon's back in business with Ace Queen. And Adelstein calls with his Queen 9 of spades.
And the straddle commission is calling, wanting to know who's going to be the head of straddles.
Nice flop for Tilly.
Top 2 pair. Doyle has an inside straight draw. He's thinking about pulling the trigger.
Doyle, you know it's on you. Take your time. I checked.
I got an extension, right?
Take all the time you need. I wasn't sure if you knew it was on you. Take all the time you need.
No, I'm trying to do it.
I apologize.
I apologize as well, though.
Okay, yeah. I just want to see what it was like.
That's actually funny. That's actually funny.
What did he say?
He said, I just want to see what it's like to take some time.
Oh, yeah.
Doyle bet 7,000. Tilly calls.
Tilly just calls with a 2 pair, showing a little variance in her play.
He's going to call.
He's got 9s.
Yeah, be happy to.
1 spade up there.
That's the first you use, right?
Yeah.
You just wanted to try it out.
5 won't help anybody.
I check.
Miss Tilly is not going to check.
And she bets 15,000.
15,000.
Don't think either of these players are going to call her. But we'll see.
Oh, it's fold.
Fold?
Big Papa calls 15,000 to catch a queen.
Nope.
He's hoping Jennifer checks. She ain't going to check.
She bets 25,000.
And gets paid off.
Kings and 9s is very good.
Because Jennifer checked on the flop, she convinced Doyle that she was drawing and trying to buy the pot on the turn in the river.
Last hand of the night.
Doyle is not happy with himself.
2,500.
Kim on the button with ace jack suited.
11,000.
Makes it 11,000. Doesn't look like Tom Dwan is going to throw his hand away. He's really thinking about this.
Dwan, 4 bets to 39,500.
He sees something that's not there. Does not think Kim has a hand. And Doyle is saying, damn, that's what I was going to do. But I don't know what to do now. I'll just throw this ace-queen away.
Don't mess with their straddle. I actually have a very good hand. But I want to leave in a good mood. So I'm going to fold. But I would run to a hunter flop.
I think Tom Dwan playing a little tighter this season.
Can I just tip it to you instead?
Is the reason that Kim folded there.
Tip it to him and I'll put it in. Turn two. Turn two.
Kim would need a king.
Oh! Would you have one? I knew it. All right. I didn't know it. That's...
Dwan tries to get a little mileage out of showing a bluff.
Tom Dwan in third position now as we take a look at stack sizes brought to you by Poker King. Chris Schmidt in a good night, sitting with 311,000 and change, but Garrett Adelstein sits with the most. Next time on High Stakes Poker, Bryn Kenny does Bryn Kenny things.
Sig check on the turn there, sir. What in the world are you doing?
He's Bryn Kenny.
The two survivors start a rivalry and continue it in spectacular fashion.
How much?